stuff. Next, we have Megacat Studios. If you gentlemen are ready, hello, hello. How are you doing?
Hey,
Hey guys.
Good to see you.
excellent. Excited to be here. Good to see the Better Points people in the Warp World. Super exciting stuff. Big
Yeah,
congrats to the funds raised for Warp World with the speedrunners. It's awesome.
yeah. They're, and I'm looking forward to what they're doing in GlitchCon. They have a really, really awesome interactive stuff planned. But yeah, tell us for people who are not familiar with Megacat Studios, and then a little bit about Bite the Bullet. Would love to know about your studio and what you guys are doing.
So I'm James. I'm the founder of MegaCat. This is coming up the end of year 6 for us. A lot of folks know us for our retro games. It's definitely where we all met and started. And then just over the last couple of years, as we've continued to touch new and interesting piece of technology, we've really started to push these streamer engagement ideas, and that's what ultimately brought us to the Channel Points API. We started back in the Twitch IRC days, including them in games,
Yes.
which I'm sure a lot of folks fondly remember. And it was a
Uh-huh.
really cool, like, emerging gameplay moment where whether it's 500,000 people in the chat, it's just having creating this new fun chaos where everyone driving engagement between the audience and the streamer are interacting. And what kind of made it hard for us to scale and maybe make it a little more intuitive to support is what that user experience looks like, and Channel Points really solves that. So I'm super excited for everyone to check out the public beta that we are starting today, that have all the fun that we've been hoping to bring with an easier to use and more scalable piece of tech.
Gotcha. And Nate, I would love you to jump in as well.
Oh yeah. So the channel points thing is not only become like a part of just something we can reach into as a technical goal. It's become sort of culturally ingrained in our language and how we speak about what's going to happen with games and how people interact with games. The sort of language that we've coached it in is like we have these retro sensibilities where we all cut our teeth and where we learned like what it is to engage, and that was that shoulder to shoulder controller experience. Now what we're doing is we're looking at the global scale couch. Like how can we make this a meaningful social interaction for
Totally.
a couch big enough to contain everyone in the world or just a select group of people that all love something in common?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And so you mentioned that you've done IRC integrations before. So in that case, are people putting in commands in chat and it's just like everything is just going crazy in chat because people are trying to like work with manipulate the game? And then I'm assuming that's the case. Let me know if it's true. And then I'm curious what the difference is for you between that sort of interactivity and what you're getting from channel points today.
Oh yeah, the IRC stuff, I mean, once it starts to scale, you get the real dog pile, and navigating the chat channel is a struggle, like real
Yes.
struggle. But now it's just this like clean, like very intuitive thing, and so engagement is higher. People are having more fun, and that ultimate ideal like lower barrier between what a fan of a streamer or a game can do is
Yep.
just so minimal. Like it's just this really clean experience. So it's been awesome for us and sort of opened up a new vista of like player streamer experience and then emergent stream moments.
There have been a lot of other, like, complementary, I want to say, tech improvements on the Twitch piece with latency and how users in general are experiencing these Twitch interactives. So as much as we love those original chat pieces, it was a strange thing to support. We were often sending multiple community manager equivalents just to live in stream to try to solve all the chaos that unravels when you have a really active community.
Right. Yeah, and I think one of the great benefits of channel points, I mean, extensions are fantastic, and we're going to see a few examples. But points is kind of like that step in between chatbots and extensions, right? Because you have the UI for channel points built right into Twitch. You don't have to build this other layer of interactivity. It's just you're just focusing on the game manipulation.
And actually, that's one of the things that we got super excited about with adding it to Bite the Bullet. Since the so Bite the Bullet, it's a run and gun and eat, so super fast action. And the
Yeah.
idea of having the super fast action gameplay with a super chaotic chat made it a challenge for us to come up with something at scale. So the channel points really solves quite a bit of that to keep everyone excited, whether or not they're having a fun time, like friendly torturing the streamer to push them to new levels, or they're having a fun time giving them that health pack at the 1 yard line, or anything else that these like twitchable game moments can happen now, based on how the community is getting excited
Yeah.
or
So,
or
and
just
we've been
spending the.
talking kind of in general, in general here about games and channel points. But you want to jump in and share your screen, and we can see the bite the bullet itself.
Yeah, we do have video accompaniment that'll sort of just we'll give you a rundown of like the basic user experience and what it's like for someone going through it. Get that started right
Cool.
now. One of the focuses and one of the things that's been really nice from the channel points API and everything that we've had is we've been able to really get this streamlined and get the authentication down to something that's like very low overhead and barrier of entry for a streamer, and also they could explain it in seconds to their viewers and have viewers actively participating very quickly. So right from the main menu of Bite the Bullet, you can just jump right into the options, pop right down to the Twitch integration, and as soon as you have it open, it'll give you your authorization code. It automatically copies to paste, pop it in, and activate the device. Once the
All right.
device is activated, engagement begins. Uh, this has a little bit of a phase of customization, which we think is important because not every stream is the same and not everyone engages with each other the same. So if you want to have like a really high energy, really like raucous thing, you just dial down the cost of each interaction. So yeah, the channel points is a little bit lower, and that gives you a higher rate of occurrence. You're still like tailored by the cooldowns and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but it will be faster. But if someone wants to have something that's more like the normal game experience, more like the normal game flow, they can do a higher cost. So the channel point spend is still there, but it's
Hmm.
just dialed back. So it's a little bit more like a let's play. One thing that we also have going is none of the hub worlds or any of the cutscenes or anything like that. The channel points are live. They go live once you're in a level and the more dynamic gameplay begins. So once that starts, people can choose, like James mentioned earlier, heal a player if they're in desperate need to, get them through that nail biter boss fight, which is, yeah, that happens. But then they can also decide to get into that little bit more angsty, little bit more poking around by spawning enemies in, or if they decide that just one enemy isn't sufficient, you can drop a whole mob and really create a challenging moment. And then that's like you'll see really high reaction from the streamer, being like, "Oh man, you got me," and then that person who spent those points is like, "Oh, I totally got you." Like, so you get to see those moments play out, and it's I think that's the really like special part about it. It's a tailored experience. It's easy to get into, and it creates this social dynamic between the stream and the streamer. That's just it's so easy to get into that
Right.
the fun is the more natural part. You don't have to overcome that like barrier to entry overhead.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's
Uh,
basically the video rundown there.
Cool, cool. Thank you for that. And so in that video, we saw when you link your account, there's a bunch of rewards that you had there. The all the icons. How do they or how do they get added to channel points? Do people have to enable them? Is it's automatic through the API once you're authenticated?
There's a stock set that's already in and it has default values, but you can turn them on or off or scale their values after the fact. It's something that we look forward to expanding on. Like it's constant conversation. In fact, it bleeds over into non-work hours, like 1 a.m. when two of our awesome engineers and myself were on a call, just like hammering out ideas, which
That's
is
fun.
the exciting future.
Right.
It's that kind of like enthralling engagement that's going to make this system something that'll be a part of our design philosophy and
Hmm.
like our game DNA for the future as far as we see it.
Super cool. And then are the channel points rewards always available throughout gameplay, or is there times where it's contextually changing?
Yeah, there were times when it would be inconvenient or like diverting from what's going on. Like scenes that are story or scene cutscene or like hub world or basic navigation where it would just be kind of intervening. So it is context sensitive in our
That's
game.
awesome.
So it's a very natural, very fluid experience of just enjoying the things you're supposed to when it would be best to. So it's as positive for everyone as it can be.
Really cool.
And kind
Or
of
angsty.
related to that like context sensitivity, most of the really cool post-launch content for the Twitch features are all built around that. So just taking all the fun parts of a game's lore or really neat system and driving this like new opportunity that's exclusive to Twitch.
Gotcha. And when is the channel points functionality available?
So actually live today for public beta. And
it.
we're doing a 100 additional Steam key giveaway for anyone that wants to roll their sleeves up and play and test. If you go to the megacatstudios.com site, there's a big Twitch banner up top. Click it, fill the form out, and Mina, our community manager, will get you a key and some advice.
Okay, there you go. First 100 keys get to the Megacat Studios website in a second tab. Awesome. And then is there any other functionality you're considering for the future?
We actually have a pretty like rambunctious post content list, and I think the way we're gonna settle some of these next rolling updates is how this next 2 weeks goes. Get some feedback and see where people are getting most excited. We put a huge emphasis on quality of life this time because the channel points makes it so easy. So I think that's going to be our big next step driver. But we have 3 months of cool stuff happening on the horizon.
Cool. Very awesome, guys. Well, is there anything else you wanted to add there, Nate?
Yeah, I did want to just sort of like underline what James said because we do have a fairly active Discord community, stuff like that, and we watch the streams and we'd love to see what people are doing. Like, what was that great moment where everyone's cracking up on stream? And then our philosophy is based on their experience. So everything that happens in the next 2 weeks, we're going to take into account. We're going to like really drill down on and see how much crazier we can make it, like for those really big wow moments.
Super cool. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I really appreciate it. That's right. Go get your key and enjoy Bite the Bullet with channel points.
Thanks, John.
Thanks for having us, man.
You're welcome.